Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another mini set card review, and this time we're taking a look at Mage, no minion, Spell Mage, getting a really good card, like legit, think this is a really awesome card, as well as a worse reverberations and just random card. It's crazy random Miracle Mage coming. Talk about all those cards, and if you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail right over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until the mini set comes out on the 14th, I will add another mini set to that giveaway. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. And well, let's start right off. I think this is the best card they've revealed for Mage out of these 3. We're gonna start with the best first, and it is Malfunction, a 2-mana arcane spell, and it reads, deal 3 damage split among all enemy minions. It's like arcane missiles, but worse, because it can't go face. However, there's more to the text, which is, if your deck has no minions, deal 3 more. So this is what, in my opinion, one of the big things no minion mage or spell mage is really missing right now. Early removal, early AoE, and with Malfunction, you are guaranteed, like on turn 2, if you need it, 6 damage that can't go face, which is a valuable thing when you're trying to remove the board, right? It's like guaranteed to probably clear most early board states, which right now, for no minion mage, you just have like the 2-mana quick draw card, which is pretty situational, not amazing. This you can actually tutor with stargazing if you want to, which also might be a negative for this card because you kind of want to hit glyph, you kind of want to hit the other more, impactful arcane spells and double dip on that. But it just seems to me like a really good anti-aggro tool, which again, every time I play that deck, I feel like I'm really struggling with the early game before I can play all my stupid random nonsense later. And I think it slots in really well into that deck. The only downside to this card is, again, it's completely useless. It's complete and utter garbage if you're playing any minions, right? If you have any minions in your deck, this card sucks. It's really bad. So it's completely going to be reliant on, will Spell Mage be good enough for this deck to see play, or this card to see play right away? Probably not, because one of the other big issues that Spell Mage has, it struggles to win. Like, you got the orb, you got some cool big spells, but they don't really win. They sometimes can scam, but overall it's not really consistent enough. But I want to give this card a 3 out of 5 in standard because I do think it goes really well into that deck. There's no way it does not help that deck out and make it better. I just don't know if it's going to make it that much better. We have one more spell coming up. I'm not super sold on it, but I will give this a 3 out of 5 in standard. I think it's really cool. I think it's got a shot. I like that it can't go face for the fact that it really helps clear those early boards. You don't get screwed like, oh, all 6 missiles went face and their minions kill me, right? But it does also take away some of the late game usage of it, where if it went face, I could use this to actually kill my opponent, which could be pretty good. In Wild, Spell Mage ain't a thing. This ain't gonna make it go over the top. I'm gonna give it a 1 to that format. I don't think you could ever competitively ever play no minion mage, even with like Incanter's Flow and Deck of Lunacy. You just don't really see it, but you can meme with it, and it's certainly worthy of that. The next spell they are getting this mini set, as I mentioned, is buy 1, get 1 freeze. I like the name. I appreciate the artwork on it too. A nice beard on that guy there. It is a 3-mana frost spell. You freeze a minion. That can be any minion, friendly, enemy. It's important to note. Summon a frozen copy of it. So I could play my Sif and get another Sif and murder my opponent. Finally, a 3-mana spell that, oh yeah, reverberations. That is a card. So yeah, a lot of ways, this is a lot worse than Reverb, right? Reverb, you copy the minion. It is fragile. This won't be. It won't die to a 1 damage ping or whatever. But the big important thing to note on this card, one of the strongest parts about reverberations is that if you copy a Titan, you can use its ability right away. With this, it's worse because it freezes it. A frozen Titan cannot use its ability. So it's like, it's a card that exists in a world of reverberations. Reverberations is typically a lot better than this. This could be better if like you're only up 3 mana and you just want to lock down a minion and, you know, they can't deal with it, and then you get it active like later, that could be good. It certainly has some validity to it, but it's just funny to compare it to Reverb, which is better a lot of the time. This is a frost spell to help juice up your frost synergies or whatever, all that going on. I think it's a playable card. I don't know what it goes into particularly right now. And again, everything it does, I feel like Reverb typically will do it better. For that reason, I'll give it a 2. I think maybe when Reverb rotates or there's some more synergies that make maybe a bit more sense with this, it doesn't see a lot of play. If Reverb wasn't a card, it'd probably go up a spot. Like, yeah, I would probably say this is not a bad card. I could freeze a big Titan and then I can use it later if they don't remove it. That's a pretty big threat. Or just an 8/8, I get my own 8/8 and then they got to deal with it once it becomes unfrozen. That's something, you know, and I'm removing theirs. I'm removing it for a turn as a threat. That's relevant. I just feel like, yeah, you're just running Reverb instead, which doesn't auto go into every mage deck as it is. So 2 in standard, 2 in wild, because again, wild's got like Frost Nova and so many other freeze effects and things going on. You really don't think you want to waste your time with this, but it is not the worst card in the world. It just makes me laugh. Again, Reverberations is still a card. It's so silly. Anyways, the last mage card here, absolute insanity, randomness. Who knows what you're gonna get? It is the Dark Moon Magician, a 3-mana 2/4 elusive minion, so it cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers, which is very relevant. After you cast a spell, cast a random spell that costs 1 more. So let's say I play this in a fireball, it'll cast a random 5-mana spell. And the reason I say elusive is important with this card is that means this can't be targeted by spells. So that random spell you cast, it cannot hit this unless it's like an area of effect, like a Twisting Nether. It's still gonna die to that, right? But it can't be targeted by its own spells if they're targeted spells, if that makes any sense. And yeah, it's just randomness. Is this a valid card? Probably not, but you could play this and the coin and like some other, just spam a bunch of cheap spells and just watch insanity nonsense happen. Should be a fun card, I think. Just whatever you want to do. But the thing is, you can't play it in no minion mage because it's a minion, so it kind of ruins that. Like, you kind of would think this is a cool card to play in spell mage, but I can't play in spell mage because it's a minion. Almost rather it's like a location somehow. I don't know. I don't think it's a competitive card. I think people will have a lot of fun with it. I think an arena, certainly a valid card, because just that incremental value you could get of a free spell can be really nice, and it's got elusive, so it might be harder to kill. I'll give it a 2 in standard, a 2 in wild, the insanity. I'm gonna play this with Flame Strike into Wheel of Death every time, right? You could do that on 10 mana. Do you want to do that? Probably not, but I will say if you play like the 8-mana Dark Moon spell, it will always cast either the Scourge or Sunset Volley. So maybe try and set up a deck. That's an 11-mana combo. I don't know how you do that, but yeah, you could guarantee yourself a Scourge or a Sunset Volley. That could be a thing, but overall, I'm still gonna give it 2 in both formats. Pretty silly cards, pretty fun one. And again, why? Reverb still exists. Why are we making weirder reverbs? Anyways, that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think about the cards in the comments down below. Should have some more reviews for you guys tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.